What's up, everybody? I'm here to talk about today's General Hospital episode real quick. And I know I need to shave. I'm probably gonna go shave after this video. I didn't really feel like it right now. But anyway, let's get into today's video. Episode was it was a decent episode for a Friday. Well, it wasn't much of a cliffhanger. Most of the stuff that happened in today's episode was very, very predictable. Um, but let's get right into it. I'm gonna start with Olivia and Steve because they were my the interesting thing about today's episode. Apparently Olivia had some type of, from what I'm gathering, she must have some type of vision about Steve, apparently dying or something. Which I have a feeling his character is probably gonna wind up dying eventually. Cause we all know that Scott Reeves is leaving the show, so he's not leaving. He got fired from the show. But anyway. And I have a feeling why he's gotten fired because there apparently according to Frank Valentini, he did an interview with TV Guide, and he said that he's actually said that he's talked to a lot of vets. He's talked to a lot of people, and they wouldn't mind coming back for this year's being the show's 50th anniversary. Most of them will be on cameo basis, not regular basis. Most of them will be on cameo basis, but I'll name some of the names later on in this video. But anyway, from what I gathered about Olivia and Steve, she must have like some type of vision in basically a premonition that something's bad is gonna happen to Steve. But anyway, they're not the best couple in my mind on this show. I mean, they're okay. They're not the best. Kind of boring in my opinion, but I guess you would say they're alright. That's what I really like I say about Olivia and Steve. Christina. Let me talk about this chick. I actually was really pulling for her to pull that plug on Trey, because when Alexis said, if you pull the plug on him, you know you'll be arrested, you can go to jail. I'm like, okay, please let her go to jail. But I got some information, some casting information that's a little interesting that I will be sharing with you guys later on in this video. That may be in regards to the Christina character. But anyway, when Christina was basically like ranting to Sonny and Alexis and Michael that Connie doesn't add something in my mouth, like popcorn grain in my mouth. And I hate having those in my mouth. I just ate some popcorn while gone. I hate having those in my mouth. But anyway, Christina was basically ranting on and on about them and about Connie not caring about Trey and how she wished she was the one to set Trey free. But it was kind of funny as hell. I will say this one thing. It was kind of funny looking at her about this close to unplugging Trey. And I was hoping she would have done that so she could sent off to jail. Preferably never be seen again and probably come back with a decent recast. I keep trying to give Lindsay Morgan a chance. And like I said, I'm not saying she's a flat out bad actress. Some roles probably will be good for, like I said, like some theatrical roles, like in plays and stuff like that. I can see her get involved like in Broadway plays and stuff like that, like overacting and whatnot, but not daytime drama, TV soap opera, TV drama, or whatnot. Maybe she needs to work on that. But anyway, Connie and AJ actually kind of look decent together in my opinion. I know that was probably kind of a Kim test. Them Kim testing Connie and AJ. AJ was basically telling Connie that his whole situation with Michael and how Sonny stole his son and whatnot, and how he lost ELQ to Tracy and everything like that and stuff like that. And Connie wasn't really telling much about herself, but basically saying that she used to be Sonny's girlfriend and she wasn't really herself when she was with Sonny. And then Carly walks over. And before Carly even got to the floated rib, speaking of the floated rib, it was good to see Coleman today. Coleman was always like one of my favorites on this show. It was really good to see him today. I know his character. I know he was on the Young and the Restless recently. And I don't think his character was I know for a fact I've seen that his character was killed off. But it was good to see Coleman back on our screens that are on GH today. It was good to see. But and him interacting with Connie and AJ, and them actually bringing up that AJ was married to Sonny's sister Courtney. Wasn't a big Courtney fan, but She was alright. She was okay with some of the people that they have on the show currently. Dr. Britt, to name a few. But anyway, but anyway, I was talking about Coleman. I lost my train of thought. But it was good. It's good to see Coleman today interacting with Carly and whatnot. But before Carly got to the floor and rig, Carly was basically over there venting the Star about Todd and basically saying why would Todd tell her not tell Star and not tell her. Well, for one thing, Carly Star she's that's Todd's daughter, so I see why he'd tell her and not tell you. You were just somebody he unfortunately actually wanted to get in the bed. Um, but anyway, but that was what I didn't really care for the Star Carly scenes today. I really didn't care for him. I'm gonna be honest, but I didn't care for him. But anyway, Todd and John had me rolling today. When Todd was basically sitting there trying to Todd's ass was basically bribing John to help him out, and in return he will basically help him get Liam and Natalie back. And when John was basically not recording. Well, he did record Todd, but he was basically taking pictures of him. And he was basically saying, "Work it, Todd, work it." That kind of had me rolling today. I will admit that I was on the floor today with that. But yeah, Todd ass gonna damn try to bribe McBain to basically falter with his case so the DA will just basically throw it out. And like I said, Todd's a damn mess. He kind of had me. That kind of had me rolling today. He was basically sitting there writing a letter to Carly, or penning an open letter to Carly. Anyway, those are some fun scenes to watch today. And there was a lot of one. Like I said, there was a lot of One Life to Live references in this. There was a lot of One Life to Live references in this episode today. Um, I know the show is supposed to One Life to Live is supposed to be coming back. Hopefully, it'll come back online. But there was a lot of references to One Life to Live today. But anyway, what else did I want to talk about in today's episode? Something's telling me I'm missing something. I know I'm trying to wrap this video up, because I don't want to make this video too long. But I know I just have a feeling I'm missing something out. At the very end, Sonny catching Connie kissing AJ. I saw that coming from a mile away. I knew that when I saw the promo this past week's promo, and I have a feeling we all know she did that on purpose. She saw Sonny coming at that, and she was also a little bit tipsy because her and Carly both were just basically turning vodka shots back. And I'm glad AJ didn't indulge and didn't fall off the wagon and whatnot. But that was good to see he didn't fall off the wagon. Anyway, like I said, that was good to see. See that AJ actually is fighting the temptation to drink, even though he seriously probably wants to. He probably wants to drink. He didn't. But anyway, so I'm pulling for AJ with this whole EOQ thing and this whole thing with Michael. I'm kind of pulling for AJ. Anyway, but I knew that from a mile away that was gonna that Connie did that. We all know she did that on purpose. Planted one on AJ on purpose. Just because she saw Sonny coming. It seems like Monday's episode, Carly's gonna be all over AJ, basically trying to get him to drink and whatnot. Because Carly just kept throwing back vodka shots, kept throwing them back. Because this whole thing with Todd. Anyway, that's really about all I got for today's episode. It was a decent episode. It was a good Friday episode. I will say it was a good Friday episode. I liked it. Can't wait for next week's episodes. I'm hearing a lot. I got this on my casting news. This casting news and the whole Frank Valentini interview. I gotta tell you guys. Frank Valentini did an interview with TV Guide, and he said that the nurses ball is in fact coming back. They're working on the rehearsal spaces for it. They got to get the rehearsal time for the nurses ball, and he also had said something like, for the 50th anniversary, we know Jeannie Francis is coming back, John Lindstrom is coming back, and he said that there's gonna be no vampire storylines. So they're gonna wink, nudge toward the Port Charles, Lucy Coles, and Lena Herring, Kelly Monaco, Michael Easton, and Ian Buchanan's Port Charles past. They're gonna wink, nudge to that, but they're not gonna do no full on vampire storylines. That basically just got taken out of context. there's not going to be any vampires coming to Port Charles. He confirmed it. There's not going to be no big time vampire storyline. But anyway, so we don't have to worry about that. I really was not looking forward to that if they were really going to go that way. Go with that. And he also said he's actually been in contact with a lot of actresses. I know Rachel Ames is one of them. I think she played Audrey, Liz's grandmother. He's been in contact with her, and he said most of the returns have been like really scheduling conflicts. You know, he basically said Jeannie Francis has a big story coming up. We don't know if she's gonna stay long term. We don't know that. We don't know if she's gonna stay long term, but we know she's gonna stick. Her first air date will be February 11th, and they said she should be there through April. But they said this should be like a month like a full. Not really. He doesn't know if it's gonna be a full term thing, but it should like be. She should be around for a while, and he also said Jonathan Jackson. He said Jonathan Jackson should. He's working on getting Jonathan Jackson back, and he said because seeing as Jonathan Jackson is with the ABC family, he said it really shouldn't be a problem. He's seeing Jonathan Jackson is on ABC on in Nashville, and he said it really shouldn't be much of a problem, but it's scheduling conflicts. He said he's also talked to the actor that played Nicholas, Tyler Christopher. He's talked to him, and he said something like he's on ABC Family, which is also in the ABC, it's in the ABC circle, and also owned by Disney. He said with him it's scheduling conflicts. He's talked to him and whatnot, so we might get Lucky and Nicholas back. Those are two of my favorite characters. Saying we also might get what other characters? He's actually talked to a lot of vets. He's talked to a lot of people. He said Felicia will be back, and he's actually also said something about Jack Wagner, who played Frisco, possibly coming back. And Jack Wagner actually said it himself. He's talked to Frank, and he might be returning to GH. So those are some of the casting news. Before this there's actually a casting call out now. I brought up about Christina earlier. There's a casting call out now for a new. They're saying it may be a new character, but it sounds an awful lot like Christina. According to TV Guide Canada's Nelson Branco, it might be a Christina recast. Because I'm pretty sure Ron Carlivati and Frank Valentini have heard some of the negative reaction that Lindsay Morgan has gotten as Christina. I don't know if it's a Christina recast, but like I said, apparently there's a casting call out now that kind of fits her description. They're saying it might be, or it could just flat out be a new character. Because I'm hearing that they have bought Morgan. They're bringing Morgan back. That's just what I'm hearing. Because that actor Jimmy Deshler, who I mentioned in a video earlier this week, started shooting this week, and they say he's already taped scenes with he's already had scenes with Chad Duell, who plays Michael, and also had scenes with Haley Pulios, who plays Molly. So that will make sense for him to have scenes. If he's Morgan, it will make sense for him to have scenes with them, because that's Michael being his older brother and Molly being his cousin. So I'm thinking that this actor named Jimmy Deshler is actually gonna be a Morgan recast. But anyway, let me wrap this video up. I thank you guys for watching today's video. Let me know what you guys think about that casting news. Let me know what you guys think about today's episode. Leave me a comment below. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. This is Dominic checking out. Peace. God bless. Hope you guys have a great weekend. And I'm out.